Hello, beautiful people. Gypsy J here with you on another somewhat fine adventure. It's an adventure, that is for sure. Here we are right now starting our adventures. We're driving across the beautiful state of Alabama. Not a state of confusion, not quite yet, my friends, but it shall be soon. Because on this journey unto which I went on, which was a beautiful trip, I was originally heading for Patty's 1880 settlement, located in Grand Rivers, Kentucky. So I thought to myself, let's go check out this cool settlement from 1880s. Not quite what I thought it was. It's still a beautiful drive. It is a great place to visit, but it is not a settlement from 1880, unto which is what I thought it was. No, instead it's a really cool restaurant and kind of a town built around the whole thing. It's very touristy, very cool. So there I was, heading on to this place on the interstate with nothing interesting to see, when all of the traffic in front of me was just come to a complete stop. And I was like, oh my goodness. So I jumped off the interstate and I started going down some local roads, and here we are going through some town in Tennessee. Don't know where it's at, but what was really cool, cruising down this road, out of nowhere, I do believe it's a Decepticon. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I saw this on the side of the road and I had to stop. I love the oddities, the strange and interesting things you will see on the side of the road, and that was super freaking cool. All right, so here we are. I went ahead and I said, you know what? We're going to find this Patty's, but I'm going to leave the GPS to where it only takes me on back roads. No interstate, we're just gonna stick to the back roads basically. So this is what we're doing. We're driving through Tennessee, we end up driving through Kentucky, well, into Kentucky. And the top of Kentucky, I believe is the best way to put it, is where Patty's is located. Once again, Patty's 1880 settlement is located in Grand Rivers, Kentucky. The drive out there for me was absolutely beautiful, so I wanted to share it with you. I mean, because honestly, by the time I got there, it was a long, hot drive. I enjoyed it, but at the same time, I was sweating like a pig. Because it's just been that, that heat wave that's going around. And so by the time I got there, I was pretty stinky. I didn't want to go into the restaurant, that's for sure. I was like, nah, I'm not going into the restaurant because I'm not here to eat. And I don't like to eat alone. And on top of it, by the time I got there, there was quite a few people heading into the restaurant. And the last thing I want to do is be another one of those YouTube idiots that go in there and annoy people with all their cameras. So I am definitely going to head back to Patty's. But this video is really more like, isn't America cool? That's the way I feel about it, man. I am driving along and I'm seeing all these cool little neighborhoods in the middle of the countryside. It's so peaceful and beautiful and just calm. And it was a beautiful day out. Take a look for yourself. There may be a couple of bugs stuck to my windshield. Nothing I can do about that, folks. But the ride out there was great. I really did enjoy taking nothing but side roads. Just traveling through the countryside like this and really just taking a look and seeing, wow, over here is nice houses, over here is this beautiful farms. It's just so much interesting things when you're going across the country. So for me, I always say, hey, America is way cooler than you think. And I'm really looking forward to the future when I'm going to be driving through some seriously cool cities. What do you think of this? I thought that truck was awesome. It was out front of this cool trailer park. I had to check it out. Now, we're here and we're just about to pull into Patty's. It's telling me, take a left. But I see these boats, so of course we got to swing on over here and see what's over to the right. And I'm going to tell you what, this was a very cool giant lake there. Matter of fact, I should have found out what the lake is, but I didn't. Because you know why? Maybe you'll go on out there and find out what it is, and you could comment on here and tell me, hey, this is the name of the lake, man. And I'd appreciate that. But I didn't bother to find out why, because I thought it was just so cool to be driving through Kentucky. And then there is this really cool marina. I mean, absolutely. Look at this thing. It's gorgeous. I mean, the water was gorgeous. The little lighthouse at the end is awesome. The place was incredible. I really did love stopping here. And this is right up the street. I mean, literally, this is right up the street from Patty's. And it was just so super cool. I had a gentleman stop and tell me, hey, I really liked the wrap on your vehicle, which, of course, how could you not? It's the American flag. But anyway, so took a few pictures there and then just head straight back up the road there. And here we are. We're coming into Patty's. And look at this. This is incredible. I loved all the American flags coming up both sides of the road. You know what? They have some horse-drawn carriages, and they had all kinds of really picturesque things here, actually. I will say, when I pulled into town, the one thing I did appreciate immediately was the tons of parking everywhere. So that is really great. And so we just drove up the road here just a little bit and found ourselves a sweet little parking spot. And as you can see, I think, we are at the end of summer, basically, I guess, right? Beginning of August. So a lot of the kids are going back to school and so forth. So a lot of these places, they're not going to be quite as busy as they were in June and July. So that's good for me, and my travels. At least I don't have to fight for a parking spot and stuff. But I got out and I walked around, and once again, thought the town was very interesting and stuff. We'll go ahead and flash a few pictures for you here. So after all the hiking and everything I did running around this town, like I said, I got a bit sweaty, a little gooey. So I didn't go inside any of the, the different businesses this time. But I found it so interesting, and I will definitely make my way back up to Patty's. And when I do, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to eat. I'm going to get you a whole thing on the interior, and even try and talk to somebody so they can give us a little history on Patty's. So don't worry, in case you were like, man, I wanted to know what the food was all like. Well, you'll have to come back another day, and I will go back up there, and I will definitely hear about this pork chop that they have. That's the one thing I am curious about. I've heard that they have this wonderful 2-inch thick pork chop is to die for, so they say. So definitely when I come back, I'm going to come back with a dinner companion, and I will definitely stop in and take the video and have some food and give you a much more in-depth video on Patty's itself. But here's the surrounding town, and I thought it was really cool. Once again, here we are driving across America, and again, it's not the big, giant, bustling city everywhere that people think it is. Being, around the world and being in other countries and talking to people, a lot of people in other countries really believe that America is like something you would see out of Star Wars, that whole planet that was just looked like one giant city. They kind of think of America as that way for some odd reason, like it's just one city after another. And even some Americans really feel that way. I know coming out of Florida and stuff, you got a lot of big cities, and sometimes you can drive for a while and you just feel like you've never left the city. Well, here in the South, across Alabama, Kentucky, Mississippi, and many other states, you are going to find lots of beautiful spaces. And actually, blow your mind, head on up to New York State. Lots of open country up there. Everybody thinks that New York State is New York City. Well, it's not. And we're going to go up there in the near future, and we're going to, go here and check all that out. And I'm going to bring some really cool videos to you from other parts of the country. But we're starting off in the South because that's where I'm located, and I really love the fact that you can drive around and you see all of this beautiful country. Well, you know what? I've rattled on long enough, and my friends, thank you for watching the video. If you got any comments, I'd really appreciate it. Help the channel grow. Help me bring to you what you'd like to see. So please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Everything helps the channel. And if you're using your cell phone, if you're watching this on the cell phone, seems like there's a hype button that you can hit, and it helps my video get pushed out, and perhaps someone else will watch it. So once again, thank you so much for watching the video. I am Gypsy J, my friends. You are absolutely beautiful, and I am excited, and I will be back real soon with another video in my series for the Huntsville, Alabama. So stay tuned for that. Ta-ta for now.